Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Battling in front. Bulldogs taking a couple looks at it. Pass back, Ben. First shot finds its way through.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Snow on the ground outside, but it's bright inside the rink this evening. It's a whiteout inside the Arrington Ice Arena as we get set to do battle. It's the St. Norbert College Green Knights as they take on your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Tyler Ackerman. Happy to have you all here for this rivalry matchup here tonight. Absolutely big, massive tilt here for the Lady Dogs as they take on their NCAA conference rival in St. Norbert College. Last year, things did not go the way for the Bulldogs as they got to the later stages of the regular season and playoffs, which we'll get to in a few minutes, but Bulldogs right now looking absolutely fantastic. They've had some impressive weekends to start off the new year in 2026. 15-4-0 right now. They're number 9 in the national ranking. I'm sure they would like to be a little bit higher up in that poll than what they're at the moment, but we'll see how they finish off in a couple of weeks. First in the NCAA, so they've got pole position right now, which is very, very good. Leading into the conference playoffs, if they can hold home ice for playoffs, that's always an advantage. Still a couple weeks away, but it's creeping up on us as we get to the later stages of the season. Coming off of 2 sweeps of Dubuque and Lake Forest College. Last week they played Dubuque, played absolutely stellar. Game 1 was a 6-0 win. Game 2, 6-1. They've given up, the Bulldogs, 3 goals over the last 4 games, which is absolutely insane to think about. And in that 4-game stretch, on the other side, they've scored a total of 23. They are red hot in the scoring column right now, and they're doing everything right. And one of the people to help them score, even though she's not shooting the puck, is their starting goaltender in Kira Stack, who picked up her 7th shutout last week, leads the country in women's division NCAA. 4 shutouts. She's got 7, red hot. And somebody else who's got a hot stick right now, Paige Pomerleau, who scored a hat trick in game number 1.
Yeah, it's just really impressive what these Bulldogs have been able to do, and I want to mention how young this team is, too. You have a couple of players on the top that are seniors and juniors, but that whole entire defense is all sophomores and freshmen. So it takes a little bit for the younger players to get inclined into the game, and then you see the potential and the stars that release out of it, and that's what you're getting right now out of this Bulldog team.
We were talking about it as we were looking at the fountain of youth that is this Adrian College team, and Chad Davis essentially going through a full rebuild in the spring, and the rebuild is over at this point because all of his underclassmen are coming into the AIA day in and day out, and they're doing their job, and some of their better players right now are freshmen and sophomores as well.
Yeah, it's all about that recruiting, the way of recruiting, and also having the leadership, too, to bring in. When you bring in a bunch of youth, too, you have to have the right leaders to kind of just steer them in the right direction as well.
Well, the dogs are absolutely barking, and I'm sure they're going to be barking here tonight. We rewind to last year in 2025, February the 1st. They lost in a shootout 4-3 to St. Norbert in the last game of their season on March the 8th over in Wisconsin. Ended their year in the Slots Cup. Could not get the job done to advance to the tournament in the NCAA Division III. Before those two games, Bulldogs hadn't lost to the Green Knights since February the 7th of 2014. So there's a lot on the line here tonight, not just for the NCHA conference, but in the national poll as well.
Yeah, I think that's what probably a message is going in the locker room, too. I bet Chad Davis is talking about that bad taste that was left in their mouth at the end of this season and how they're going to take it to them tonight.
Well, on the other side, St. Norbert skating in with an 11-6-2 overall record on the season. Not ranked nationally, but they are number 3 in the NCHA, so they're right on the coattails of the Bulldogs. They're separated by Concordia University of Wisconsin, who they saw last week and only came away with one win. Game 1 was a 0-0 tie. They went into overtime, couldn't find a winner. Game 2 was 2-1 in overtime. They wound up winning that game, but the interesting thing is the last 3 of their 4 games that they've played have all gone to overtime. They've only picked up 1 win in that 4-game stretch. They've struggled all season long with scoring. They're only at 2.5 goals per game average, so I'm sure they're going to have to find a big strategy to find the back of the net tonight.
Yeah, you're going to see them kind of just sink down a little bit in the defensive zone and kind of just wait for the Bulldogs to make a mistake, and that's how they create offense. So you're going to expect a very defensive game out of these Green Knights.
Well, we'll take it to ice level for our starting lineups, as first we get a glance at St. Norbert College. Our starting line for the Green Knights is going to be Tristan Wicklund, Hannah Garambowski, Abby Piper, Claire Healy, Sydney Zurowick, and Kira Markel. And Tristan Wicklund is the player that we're looking at as well this evening.
Yeah, she leads her team with only 13 points, but that's still a team leader, 4 goals and 9 assists for her. So for sure, watch out for number 9 here tonight.
On the other side for the Bulldogs, as we get our switch over to the Dogs in white. You see them lined up there on the far red line. It's going to be the forward line of Emma Simon, Hunter Reardon, Annalise Klein. On the back end, Julia Richardson, Parker Byer, and, of course, number 39, Kira Stack in net. And Emma Simon, another player in that underclassmen era. She's an absolute star right now.
Yeah, you could just tell immediately from last year, freshman year, that she was going to be extremely good. And what I love about her is her vision on the ice. She's able to manipulate the puck in a great way and find the open woman. And, I mean, she's leading the team in assists right now with 17, too. So she's been playing outstanding, also with 4 goals as well for 21 points.
That's not a bad stat line for a youngster, and she's got a long career ahead of her, and, I mean, really has been absolutely phenomenal. And even that first line there of Emma Simon, Hunter Reardon, and Klein, I mean, Reardon's been great as well in the middle as a center.
Yeah, I mean, throughout this whole entire lineup, I think the Bulldogs are well-rounded too, and they're just outstanding right now, especially in conference play.
Well, it is also alumni weekend here at the Arrington Ice Arena. We have a lot of alumni over in the Wilson Alumni Lounge showing up for the Bulldogs, cheering them on. Players from many seasons ago. Saw a great Instagram post of some of the prior rosters as we will step aside for the national anthem. Bulldogs and Green Knights getting ready to go here at the Arrington Ice Arena. First period puck drop coming up. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. St. Norbert coming in to take on your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here this evening on ACTV. Ceremonial puck drop before we kick things off tonight. A big honor as Kelsey Cush, the first member of the Adrian College women's NCAA hockey team to be inducted to the Adrian College Hall of Fame, having her jersey number 11 be retired here this evening. The last time we saw Kelsey in the 2014-15 season, she was the captain of that squad. 25 games played, 20 goals, 16 assists for 36 points. And in her career, 82 goals, 64 assists for a grand total of 146 points through her 3 years as a Dog. So a massive honor and congratulations off to Kelsey as she gets one of the biggest honors that you can get, and nobody else from here on out will wear the number 11.
Yeah, that's so cool. I mean, having your jersey retired anywhere is awesome, and especially at a college too, showcasing it right now, it's just absolutely stunning.
There you see Kelsey and assistant coach Hannah McGowan, who was a teammate of Kelsey while she was here as a Dog. So how about that, coming full circle? As I believe Kelsey will be doing our ceremonial puck drop here this evening. So again, congratulations to Kelsey for her big honor. Cool to see the number 11 retired and immortalized in Bulldog hockey history. So again, congratulations, Kelsey, and hope all is well. And excited to see the start of this weekend series between the Green Knights and the Bulldogs as everybody gets set and ready to go. This is certainly going to be a fun one here inside the AIA. Stands are packed.
Yeah, a lot of kids here too.
Sure do.
A bunch of teams straight to our left. I don't know what team it is specifically, but they got a good old squad over there.
Yeah. Nice to see the youngsters showing up and representing.
Yeah, I always loved going to games as a kid because you learn a lot. You learn a lot watching kids that are older than you, and you can take some notes off of it too. So I bet those kids are going to enjoy having fun with their teammates, but also learn a couple of things as well.
All right, here we go. 20 minutes up on the score clock. Everybody will gather at center ice. Hunter Reardon and Maddie Donnelly. Puck is dropped, and we are underway at the AIA. Green Knights will take the opening face-off to their own blue line. It's being juxtaposed by Emma Simon, who takes a bounce, and our first whistle early on in this one, as I believe that might have caught a piece of a Green Knights armor on the bench.
Yeah, you're going to be right about that. I think the referees didn't realize it hit a glove, but it did.
We got the drop again. Off to the races we go. This is swung left to right. Going to collect. That's Klein in the corner, and a big collision along the wall. As this is fed to the wing. Gathering up with speed is Reardon. She'll get around the right side wing. Stepping in is Zurowick, who takes the puck away from her. Simon along the boards. Now to the bottom. Reardon trying to toe drag. Gets poke checked away. As a change in possession along the right side. Bottom of the circle. St. Norbert will carry it out. It's a miss pass. Will go out of the zone. This is fed over. Johnson with a shot that just tumbles wide. Picking it up on the backside of the net is Zurowick. This is dumped to the length of the ice. And Emma Simon will win the race for icing. We'll take our draw back to the right.
One cool thing, at least I think, that we have all women referees today too. So it's pretty cool for hockey, spreading all the way to the referees too with an all-women squad.
Johnson wins it back. Ben with a shot and an early save there. Kiera Markel will get the stop right into the St. Norbert crest on her jersey.
Yeah, that's a huge save right off the draw, and that's not someone you want to leave open with a shot. Courtney Ben is a sniper at that.
Courtney Ben, the season third in the team with points, 14 goals, 8 assists for 22 through 19 games. Johnson in front of the visiting bench. Can't take the puck away as it's left for Holzer. This is dumped in, full change for the Green Knights. Johnson to the neutral zone, dumped in by Whitkoff. Around the boards, the pickup, successful from Richardson. As she slashes this around the half side wall. Donnelly, cross ice. Feeds to Jacobson, as there's a steal from Ben, and she's taken down. Speeding towards that was Richardson. A half pass to the neutral zone, dumped in. Banks off the left side corner. There's Parker Byer, who will feed it around the wall. Cross ice pass broken out from Richardson, trying to connect to Ben, who just gets off the ice for a change. Not a lot of extended possession so far, just some 2 minutes in. There's a shot from Byer that whistles wide to the blocker of Markel. This will bobble down low. Jacobson turns on the puck, sends it around the wall. Roush there to collect it. Passes up for Emily Bill. She loses control. Carpenter will step in, tries to make a play of her own. As this is cartwheeled off a skate. Kaylee Simon will lash it upwards. Reardon jumps in the mix. Swung around again, left to right. Going to retrieve is Sturgeon. This is off for Simon. Cuts to the middle, turnover, Fandon shot. Good look for Tristan Wickland. If she had gotten that shot off on net all by herself on the bottom of the circle. Top of the point, here's Healy. Goes across, point drive, tipped in front over the head. of Kira Stack as it'll settle off the glass. Emma Simon on the kick plate goes upwards for Madaliano. And no touch there. It'll be icing. 16:30 left to go here in the first.
That one was scary right in front of the net. It was Sturgeon that got, I think, an arm on it to deflect it over the head of Stack. But the aggressiveness out of the Bulldog defense is what's causing a bunch of turnovers right now for the Green Knights.
3.5 gone. There's Kaylee Simon. Banks it off the high glass and out in between the feet of Ava Anik, who couldn't hold on to it. Reared on with a good sidestep move. Poked off her stick, but she's got reinforcements in Klein. Continues to play. Leapt up to the blue line. This is chopped out of the zone, but a good keep in there before it could exit. It was Emma Simon who was able to keep the play going. Byer from the point sends a shot on. Easy stick save, guided aside by Markel. Forced turnover from Klein, now to the bottom of the circle. Simon will step in. This is back for Klein, poked between her feet. Puck will vacate the zone as Julia Richardson will skate back to get it. Plenty of time and space for her to operate. That puck glassing out, heading towards the other ends. No icing as they wave it off. Allison Jacobson sort of pulled up there as they decided to continue onwards. Out of the corner, it's Lacola. I apologize, that's Riley Johnson. Dumped in deep, Sanders utilizing the boards to her advantage. Courtney Ben will scoop this puck up for Riley Johnson. She's got room, a backhand will flutter down the ice. Chasing it is Paige Pomerleau, a hat trick in last week's series with Dubuque. Game number 1. 2 goals in the first period, 1 in the second. I believe she picked up another goal in the second game as well, so heavy point weekend for number 3. Lacola trying to slash it. Now to the top of the circle, this will get out. Pickup from Zurwick, back to the blue line. Dances with it. As scooping up is Madaliano. Walks over the line, low, cross ice feed to the hash marks as that's quickly picked off. So shoved all the way down the ice. Richardson will give chase to the puck. Has Carpenter to her left. That's who she outlets to as this is turned over. Here's some speed from Streck, taken down. This is going to be a call. St. Norbert's going to get the first power play of the evening. As just under the 6-minute mark, Bulldogs are going to be shorthanded for the next 2 minutes.
And not only tried to just poke the puck, but unfortunately she got the feet of the St. Norbert player. As it all starts with a turnover, though. They're trying to go quick to the center, and St. Norbert reads it perfectly, and it's just, I mean, it's an easy call for the official to make, and St. Norbert's on the power play today.
So it's Claire Castle who's going to have to sit for the next 2 minutes. As the Green Knights looking to get the opening goal of the weekend. Power play percentage operating at 20.3%. The Bulldogs penalty kill 93.8. So we'll see what happens in the first 5-on-4. Marching on. Green Knights trying to advance. They're shut down before they could enter the zone. Some physical play along the wall. Stopping on it is Holzer. Tries to go out, and Johnson will clear. It's tipped by the stick of Healy, who stopped the impeding motion. Sydney Zurwick skating down Main Street. Her fast pass off to Piper. She stopped quickly. This is fed off the glass by Richardson down low. It'll kill off some time. Healy up at the left side point. Slides down the wall. Healy pausing, looking for an option, finds Whitkopf. Side pass back to the blue line. Some crossovers from Zurwick. Over for Healy. Now to the slot. A backhand. Can't get through. Off the glass. Will it get out? No. As trying to dive on it was Reardon. as she runs into an opposing player. Made some contacts with Claire Healy, but the Bulldogs are able to clear 25 seconds left in the power play.
It was good passing by St. Norbert, just not a lot of shots in that stint.
Seemed like they had opportunities to send something towards the net and elected not to.
Yeah, they were trying to find the perfect look, but sometimes on the power play, you just have to shoot the puck.
Bulldogs will kill off the remaining seconds of their penalty kill as they come out unscathed and head back to 5-on-5 even strength. Castle is out of the box, but decides to head back to the bench for some changes. Swept around the boards, picked up by Lesnar. So we'll take a deflection up into the protective netting. 11:43 left to go here in the first period. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here on ACTV this evening. No score just as yet between the Green Knights and your Adrian College Bulldogs.
Only got one shot so far.
Surprising, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the split from last weekend. Bulldogs had their, I believe, their first, second, and third goals by this time in the first period. And certainly a lot more shots as well. There's a driving Hubenschmidt. Gets shut down. This is locked up on top of the corner of the blue line. Back for Carpenter. Handling is Sturgeon. Finds Lowe up ice. Jumped over her blade. Collision in front of the bench. Here's a 2-on-1 and another delayed call. Quick shot. Save made by Stack. Touches up for the whistle. And the Bulldogs again are going to go back to the PK.
Not sure who's, I think it's Carpenter that's going to go to the box, as this was just a contact right in front of the Adrian College's bench. And it's going to be a body checking, as you can see right there. I mean, 2 Bulldogs to 1. Ref could have called either Bulldog on that one. But again, St. Norbert now having another chance to take a couple of shots on the power play.
So not the ideal start for the Bulldogs. Their second PK of the evening, as there's a high shot deflected over the head of Stack. As it'll settle on the goal line, jumping over. It's Emma Simon who will shift into gear to try and get that one. Never met it in time. There's a steal again. Another forced turnover for the Bulldogs. Simon will dump it low.
The PK forwards are super aggressive in that neutral zone. You can tell right when they get into that neutral zone, they're attacking the puck right away.
Sydney Zerwick trying to drive the slot. Broken up. Shot from the point by Whitkopf goes wide. Collected by Wickland. Hassled by Byer along the wall. Good defensive pressure for Adrian College. Reardon trying to get this out. She's able to do it. All Byer lonesome goes 1-on-2. Here's Reardon trying to shift through some players, but is shut down before she could reach the net. Jumping into the play, that's Garambowski. Stack will cover this up on the outside of the net. 9:59 left to go in the first period. And be sure to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. And follow at Adrian College TV today. Handcuffed on the boards, 2-on-2 puck battle. As finally it squirts loose. This is up for Johnson, who will flip it down the ice. Last player back, Ava Anik. Outless pass will go upward, tipped into the zone by Maddie. Johnson looking on her backhand. Will freeze it on the wall again. Quick shot from the slot. Blocked in front. Maddie Lowe with no clearance. And finally the Bulldogs get it down. And for the second time, they've killed off their penalties successfully. We remain at zeros on the scoreboard. Been in the D zone for Adrian College quite a lot, even though the shot clock really doesn't show it.
Yeah, I think that's just because of the 2 power plays that St. Norbert got. At the beginning of the game, it was kind of Bulldogs with control most of the time.
Tumbling at the Zamboni door is Carpenter. As this is forced around the wall. Keep in from Byer as she'll stop and take a shot. Tripped up, a backhand rebound kept out. The second attempt collected by Pomerleau. Up top, across for Byer, looking shot, doesn't have it. Tried to feed it back across for Richardson as she's danced around by Whitkopf. Has some help from Byer, she gets there. This is slid over the blue line. Back for Carpenter. Knocked down the ice, Richardson. Will look forehand. Tumbling puck to the wall. Outside lane for Johnson, drops back. Saucer pass into the chest of Healy. And she'll pitch it around the boards again. A lot of dump and chase for St. Norbert. Pomerleau off the boards and out, stayed in. As a toe drag from Healy is canceled out. Grabbing it out of a pile is Sturgeon. Bill looks horizontal for Zurowick, who sends it around the wall. Johnson flips the sky-high Ben fresh off the bench, trying to catch up to Ava Anik. As this one will go around. Simon stops it in its track. There's a quick pickup and a feed for Streck. Malia Streck with a wrist shot wide to the blocker end of Stack. And over the line again. Bulldogs surprisingly having a tough time getting out of the D zone and then establishing zone pressure as they look to break out, and that puck again turned over. Shot from the outside, doesn't meet the mark again. This is lifted all the way down the ice, likely will be icing. And indeed it is. 6:22 left to go here in the first. No scoring and only 3 shots combined between these two teams. 2 for the Bulldogs, 1 for the Green Knights.
Got to credit the Green Knights, though. It's all because of their forecheck, what they're doing right now. They're having 1-4 that is on the puck pressure, and once she gets beat, they're clearing that middle of the ice, just clogging it up completely, and Adrian keeps on trying to make those cross-ice passes, and it gets cut off almost every single time and thrown back into the zone.
Off the draw, quick shot, saved by Stack, and that's a big one to stay in this game. Annalie Holzer with a good look towards the net front area.
Yeah, Stack was super aggressive with that shot. She knew that there was nobody behind her in the middle of the slot that was any danger, so she just attacked that puck.
On the face-off there for St. Norbert, Briar Charchenko, of course, not to forget, a one-time Bulldog a couple of seasons ago. Only played a handful of games for Adrian College and decided to transfer out to Wisconsin, to St. Norbert. Sure, a lot of emotions riding high for her through the past couple of seasons as she's playing her old school and some former teammates as well. Sturgeon gives this puck up as Zurowick will carry it over the line. Dumped in again. No stop from Stack as she remained in her crease. Turnover off to Wickland. Skating the outside is Jacobson. Big collision there on Richardson. Bulldog bench wanted a call. Wickland, the wraparound in the slot. Big save made by Stack. The rebound, where is it? Finally covered. It's poked out, and a skate save on the goal line. My goodness, Courtney Ben just saved a goal with the outside of her skate blade. Wow, that was almost a 1-0 game for St. Norbert. Nobody knew where the puck was. Absolute chaos in front of the net.
Yeah, I thought Stack had it originally, and she looked like she had it, but that thing was loose that whole entire time. It was a great job by the officials not to blow that play dead.
Around the boards again, it's Maddie Madden. Looking over her shoulder. It's Carly Carpenter. Will feed it down the ice. Maddie Lowe trying to take it out. It's too far out of her reach again. Taylor Lesnar, same strategy, dump and chase. Finally, the Bulldogs take it away, tipped into the zone. Maddie Lowe for a second time with an outstretched stick. Forced turnover from Parker Byer. 4 minutes to go here in the first period, no scoring. Up for Streck. Byer will get there. On her coattails is Bill, and she'll help to stop the puck. And some of the momentum, here goes Hunter Reardon. With speed up the right wing, cuts to the middle. Now over the line. Poke checked away from her. Klein down the boards for Reardon. Turns on it, hassled by Zurowick. No shot there for the Bulldogs. As that's in the feet of Simon. Reardon with a chance. Heads to the middle. Outside shot blockered away by Markel. Zurowick from her own end, bottom of the circle. Her headward feed for Charchenko. Uses her speed, collides with Simon along the wall. Some incidental contact there. Ben trying to fish it out. Up to the point, Donnelly, a wrist shot. Glove save in and out of the mitt of Stack, and an early whistle from the officiating staff. They thought Kara Stack had it. We'll take another look at this almost goal, and a big save from Courtney Ben on the line.
You're going to see it happen in a few seconds. And it's right there as she gets her skate on it. That puck was just trailing right into that corner, and she was on the line and played that one perfectly.
Almost soccer kicked it out too, and I think she made the smart play. She put her whole body parked on that post, trying to take up as much open space as possible. And
yeah, especially with how far Stack was out of the net, because it was just a complete scramble, and how Stack is super aggressive. If that puck's not covered, then it kind of just goes all over the place like we just saw in that last play.
Courtney Ben had some space, didn't realize. As Wicklund will take this away on the blue line. A steal from Richardson. Tries to find Ben in the neutral zone. This is back for Wicklund. And no contact there. It'll be icing. 2:07 left to go here in the first period. Let's take the face-off back to our right.
The reason why Courtney Ben let go of that puck so early, and she didn't even notice that she had time, is because how aggressive the Green Knights defensemen have been on that wall so far. The Bulldogs are passing it to the wall almost every time, so the aggressiveness out of the defense of the Knights are causing turnovers in the defensive zone. So you're going to see Courtney Ben automatically just thought to herself, I'm just going to get rid of this puck because I got someone on my back.
It's developing 3-on-2. That's broken up. Byer there to collect it. In the corner, up the wall for Simon. Get it to her sister. Now the bottom of the dot. As a sweeping pass gets taken away. Through the legs of Simon. D-to-D pass caught by Pacino. .90 seconds left to go here in this first period. Simon to Byer. Reardon takes a bump in open ice. Shoved down and covered by the glove of Markel. See if the Bulldogs can draw up a play here.
You got just over a minute and really no offensive zone pressure except for those first couple of minutes in this period. And I would love to see some type of just sustained pressure from the Bulldogs, because it just seems to be one and done so far in this first.
Around the boards we go. It'll pop out. Side pass for Courtney Ben. Gain the line, but it's off sides. Have to do it again. Face-off will be in the neutral zone.
Yeah, that one was because Parmelo jumped the play expecting that pass to get to her, and it was deflected still out of the zone, so she jumped off sides.
Both centers there jumping the draw. Charchenko and Johnson. Linesman settling everybody down. This is flipped out by the stick of Lacola. Up ahead for Johnson. Gets absolutely clobbered in open ice, and she's down. This will draw a call. 60 seconds to go in the first period, Bulldogs are going to get their first power play of the evening.
I mean, this is just a hit right to the face. And it's one of the easiest calls as she's going to collect this puck and, I mean, not even playing the puck.
Even in
was Zerwick.
Yeah,
I mean,
even in a men's game, that would be head contact. And
yeah.
I mean, you could make a case for a 5-minute there because there was no, like you said, no intent to play the puck, and it was also straight to the brain bucket. That's a dangerous hockey play.
Yeah, you can see her lead with, like, she kind of like led a little bit with that shoulder too, and then threw up that elbow. That's what the contact was too. So extremely dangerous, and the Bulldogs trying to capitalize on their opportunity now.
We'll see if the Bulldogs can reap the benefits of a 5-on-4 as the Green Knights will send this all the way down the ice. Stack out to stop it. 34 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Courtney Ben will catch a pass in open ice and take it herself. With a good look down the right wing, Ben walks around, tries to drive the front, and holding the post is Markel.
Ben was pretty smart about that one because she expected Markel to kind of just glide to the other post as she was wrapping around. So she quickly just tried to shove that one 5-hole, expecting it to open up, but it just never did.
Johnson up to the blue line. Point drive deflected up into the netting. Good look for number 9, and happy to see that she's okay and continuing on in this one.
She took a little time off for a couple of seconds. She's going right back to the bench now.
New power play unit out for the Bulldogs, and of course if they don't score in the next 18 seconds, we'll get some carryover time for just about a minute into the second period. Swept around the boards. Piper trying to clear it. Reared on. Will crash towards the corner. 5 seconds left. Maybe one last shot. Carpenter. A bump to the top. And the point drive is blocked. That'll do it for the end of the first period. No goals on either side. Zeros across the board. We're tied after 20 minutes. And certainly an interesting period for the Bulldogs. By no stretch did they play bad, but I think a lot of people expecting more for that opening period for the Lady Dogs.
Yeah, for the first 2 minutes, they seemed to kind of control the pace, but after those 2 penalties that they took, it was kind of all Green Knights, and the offensive pressure and the turnovers is what killed the Bulldogs. They would just throw the puck up the wall every single time, and the Green Knights able to read the play and keep out ozone pressure from themselves. I'm really intrigued then to see what kind of Bulldog team we're going to get here in the second period with that starting power play unit.
Well, they certainly have to come out with a lot of energy, and I don't think they begun the game flat-footed, but it wasn't 100%.
I definitely agree with you for sure. And I think it's just got to be a little bit more urgency with the puck too, because you have to make the right pass against this type of team that plays you hard. I mean, this is exactly what St. Norbert was looking for. They wanted a 0-0 game after the first, a really tight one, and they just want somehow, some way to find themselves a victory tonight, and that's going to come from a super tight game and maybe a 1-0 score.
The other part, too, that doesn't go into the Bulldogs' favor is the fact that they took 2 penalties in that period, and basically back-to-back at that, too. But luckily, they killed off both of those penalties, and they weren't bad penalties, but still something that you can't take when you're trying to jump on the score first.
Yeah, especially because of how this team plays and how much they just rely on offensive success, too. And what I really liked out of them, though, is just the defensive-minded plays and the shot blocking that they're able to do. I mean, 5 shots on either side, especially with St. Norbert dominating most of that offensive zone time. I think that's pretty important to note.
I think the only other maybe sour spot that you could say is look at the shot column right now. 5 apiece for both teams. 5 for the Bulldogs, 5 for the Green Knights. Adrian has 11 shot attempts to St. Norbert's 7, but both sides only hitting the goal cage 5 times each. So, I mean, going forward, knowing that the Bulldogs historically take a lot of shots, what do you think their strategy is heading into the second period?
I think they're going to have to do more of not trying to get the sweep plays, the tic-tac-toe plays, and more just get that puck on net. You kind of want to just try to crash the net in a sense and be able to find the dirty goals, because that's what you're going to take. You're playing a tough opponent that is known as a rivalry between these two schools. It's not going to be a cute, amazing, like highlight reel goal that's going to break the ice. It's going to be a dirty play, down low, maybe a couple of rebounds, finally banging one home, and that's what it's going to take for the Bulldogs today.
Go to the net and get to work is the suggestion. 20 minutes gone, no scoring. We're tied at zeros on both sides of the scoreboard. We're going to take a step aside for the first period intermission. St. Norbert and Adrian College right here at the Arrington Ice Arena. Don't go anywhere. Second period coming up. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Javi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Win. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Ready to elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country, and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country, and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. 20 minutes gone in this NCAA rivalry matchup between St. Norbert's and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. No scoring in that first period. Only 10 shots in total, 5 apiece for each side, and nobody's found the back of the net yet. We're going to find the first goal of the evening. What does one of these two sides have to do to make it happen?
I think it's going to have to be bear down in the offensive zone right by the front of the net. I think it's going to be a rebound that's what's going to start this goal scoring in this game for sure.
Well, you look at some of our stats after 20 minutes. Of course, we're talking about shots on goal, power plays. Nobody has scored on the 5-on-4 yet. Bulldogs have killed off 2, while St. Norbert still actively on their PK. Face-offs going in the favor of St. Norbert as well.
I think that's one of the biggest things to take a note from the first 20 is when you're losing the face-off battle like Adrian is right now, you're putting yourself on defense right away because you don't have that puck. And especially with the offensive zone chances that they have with those whistles, losing those draws kind of just kills their momentum that they'll have.
Oh, we'll see what's in store for us for this next 20-minute frame as we head back to center ice. 20 minutes up on the score clock. Everybody gathered at the Bruiser logo. Puck is dropped, and we resume play at the AIA. Bulldogs still on the power play for the next 60 seconds and counting. As carrying over the line, Paige Pomerleau. A side pass to Johnson. Up to the point in Ben. Takes a look. Wrist shot off the pad of Kira Markell. As that one whistles wide. In the shallow corner. Time ticking down. Pomerleau, top of the dot, goes across for Johnson. Over for Ben. Keeps it in. Just barely. Toe drag move. Looks backhand. Gets it through traffic. And the save from Markell. She'll hold it.
It's a good decision from Ben there to walk in. She had a nice screen in front of the net by Markovic. She was just sitting right in front of Markel, and Markel was just able to see that puck last second. Wish that Ben got a little bit more mustard on that backhand.
Realizing, too, that goaltending matchup is the battle of the Kiras today. Kira Stack and Kira Markel. Spelled a little bit different, but same first names. You don't see that happen very often.
It took us 20 minutes to figure that one out, I guess.
Sure did. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Byers' shot blocked. The second one on net, bouncing around in the slot. Nobody can find it, and it's cleared all the way down the ice. Green Knights have killed it off. We're back to even strength 5-on-5 hockey. Johnson got a pass from behind, didn't know where it was, and this will be blown dead for icing.
Yeah, last chance from the Byers shot. There was a couple of Bulldogs in front of the net and just unable to figure out where that puck was as it was bouncing all over. But that's what I liked out of them, too. There's a couple of Bulldogs in front of the net, screening the goalie and having those chances. If you keep on doing that in this period, I bet you the Bulldogs will score one off of that.
Puck play in the corner. Mohawk move, shot from a dead angle. Stack with the save, gets barreled over. Don't think the officials had a clear sight of vision to the puck. That's why they called it down.
Well, Stack originally had that puck for a split second until she just got absolutely hit right in her face. It's going to be a shot, and then it's just right there, and she's got it, and then the whistle goes. So the referee blew the whistle while she had the puck.
It's the second time we've seen that, too, where Stack will have possession. The officials blowing it down early. This is shoved down the ice. They're saying some contact there with the St. Norbert bench.
I think that last whistle was the right play. I was going to see this one just hit right into the bench just slightly right there. It doesn't look like it from the top of the screen, but the linesman was right in view of it.
Carpenter plays with it, reared on, deflects it towards the corner. This is dumped in by the Green Knights. There's a pickup from Lacola. Back to the blue line, bottom of the circle. There's a shot, blocker save made by Stack. She'll cover it and get the whistle. Some pushing and shoving as we come to a halt.
Hey, let's just look at another turnover from the Bulldogs on the wall. We talked about it in the first period of just the pressure from the Knights, but look at the aggressiveness from Stack as she's meeting her shooter right outside of that blue paint. Extremely aggressive and able to get the blocker on it.
Here's some speed from Kaylee Simon. Leading away is Maddie Lowe as she'll chase this puck down. Lowe loses her footing as she's able to get a pass off towards the top of the point. Stick save made on the wrist shot by Markel. Jacobson across and a fast breakout for St. Norbert. No icing as it's Kaylee Simon who's first to the puck. Chasing this down. Claire Healy. Madaliano trying to slash her way onto possession. Round we go for Zurwick. This will exit the zone, stopped in front of the Bulldog bench by Richardson. Healy with pressure from behind, turns over the puck, and they're going to blow this down for offsides. 16:39 left to go here in the second.
What I love about Richardson's play that I've seen in the first period and the second period is just the aggressiveness that she's had so far. So we get a picture, nice little video of President docking between the benches. Over the play, he's got a great vantage point.
Nice to see our president showing up for some of these games and supporting all our great Bulldog athletes. Regularly takes visits to the Arrington Ice Arena, but other athletic facilities as well.
He loves that spot right in between the benches.
Sure
He's always there. He loves being almost right on the ice.
When he's sitting in the stands, too, right in front of us at center ice as well. It's his designated spot. It's got to be in the middle.
Yep.
We play on with 16-12 to go here in the second period. As an icing call will stop us once again. Face-off will head back to our left.
What I like the Bulldogs to do in this next 16 is to just try to connect those passes out of the breakouts. They're throwing them all the way across, and it's just not really working out right now. They're not able to connect, and if they are to connect those, then they have a little bit of an on-man break going the other way. So I'd like for them to continue to do that.
Winding up, Kaylee Simon with a slap shot, blockered away by Markel. Good move, a wrister again, patted towards the corner. Trying to feed it back to the top of the point. Deep pairing split in half by the puck. As Stack will send this over for Sturgeon. We'll break it out for Pomerleau. Too hot to handle. Leaping it down is Jacobson. Simon up ahead for Ben, and jumping in with an aggressive stick was Donnelly. Over the line, pirouetting. Ben with a good pass to Johnson as she takes some contact. Still trying to work with it. Will pick it up. Soccer kicks it through her legs. And a nice stick check to pitch it back around the boards. Simon locked up along the wall. Jacobson. Her pass stopped by Klein as she'll get it to the line. Pending 3-on-2 is shut down quickly. Now the other way, it's Tristan Wickland. Wickland will send this around. Stomped on the boards. There's a pickup out of the pile by Reardon as it's sent on towards Stack. Bounced on the ice. This is thrown ahead, and diving paddle save from Markel. She deflected off the back glass. I don't know if she caught a rut in the ice or if she meant to go down there. Chasing this puck, Aaliyah Streck. D-to-D pass, and McKenna LaFleur. I apologize, it's Parker Byer tried to get that out. Arma's going to go up here, I believe, a penalty against the Green Knights. Lacola's shot gets blocked at the point by Roush, and the Bulldogs indeed are going to go to the power play, a hooking call. You ready to explore your Adrian Future Scholarship Day? Let's admitted students tour campus, meet faculty, and earn a renewable scholarship. Register now at adrian.edu/admissions/visit campus/scholarship day today. Courtney Ben, point drive, off the glove, barehanded by Abby Piper. Ben again, scanning. Johnson. Her flip shot over the top of the net. Pomerleau through her legs. And there's a pickup from Pacino. She's able to tumble this down. Piper will make changes on the bench with Maddie Madden. There's Courtney Ben. Sharp angle shot. Scores! Pops the water bottle in absolute beauty. Bulldogs lead it 1-0.
So it's all Courtney Ben as she picks up this puck and scans her options. She decides just to take it herself. And you want to talk about an amazing placement. Markel goes down for a split second. You can see that blue water bottle being absolutely popped. And the Bulldogs find a 1-0 lead on the power play.
Scoreless no more as Courtney Ben picks up her 15th of the season for her 23rd point. And the Bulldogs have broken the seal. Richardson out of the corner, deflected in front. Markel with the save and an extra shove after the whistle. We've got some fisticuffs and things heating up here in the AIA. I think they're going to send Riley Johnson off.
You're going to be correct about that. As it's Parmelo that tips that puck, and then she gets belted. And Johnson with a clean cross check right to the back of a Green Knight. Just defending Parmelo, really. And I don't really mind that penalty for Johnson at all. She's just protecting her teammate.
Came at an unfortunate time, too, because the officiating staff didn't see the hit on Pomerleau, and retaliatory, it's unfortunately what it's going to be classified, but
yeah, they always get the second player, unfortunately. That's how most of it goes.
So the third power play of the evening for St. Norbert. Piper with a wrist shot blocker save from Stack.
A save there. She saw that one all the way. It was an amazing puck movement again by St. Norbert right off the draw. Again, we talked about it a little bit, that Bulldogs losing the draws is hurting them as this puck gets moved around, and a nice knob save from Stack.
Zerwick walks the line, gives it off for Healy. Circles back, finds Zerwick at the line. Piper again, down low, deflected in front. It just goes wide. Around the boards we go. Back to the blue line. 30 seconds gone in the 5-on-4. Cross ice feed. Piper couldn't handle it. They'll have to restart. Player Healy locked up by Reardon. Super glues the puck to the wall. They're going to hold it there for as long as they can. In the meantime, St. Norbert decides to make some changes. Finally, this kicks out. Maddie Madden stops it in front. There's a takeaway. Grabanowski is denied entry. Fire spun around in a circle. Teeing up a slap shot that goes around the boards is Richardson. Shot from the point, glove save in and out of the trapper by Stack. Diving play by Pomerleau. She breaks that up, gets it at the center ice red line, and she's taken out. Everybody up in arms. The second time Pomerleau's been hit. Seven seconds left on the 5-on-4. Grabanowski will carry it over the line. Johnson able to exit the box. And the third time today, Bulldogs successfully killing off a 5-on-4. Simon doing it herself. Walking around the boards. Carpenter right there to meet it. Her pass intercepted. And she's still trying to fight for possession. Donnelly will find Pacino. This puck lost in the neutral zone. Lacola, give and go, gets it right back. Wasn't expecting the return. Up around the boards and out, stopped by the stick of Zurwick. Pacino will dump this in, and putting the goalie paw on top of it is Kira Stack. 10:22 left to go here in the second period.
I like that play out of Stack just to get a whistle, because the Bulldogs were tired in their own zone. You could see it, just a couple of errant passes that the Green Knights immediately just throw right back into the zone. So able to get a whistle and get a good change to secure Stack.
Bottom of the offensive zone. St. Norbert looking to set up as this is pitchforked by Emma Simon. There's a loose glove down in the Norbert offensive end. Puck knocked off the glass, plays down for number 24 in Zurwick. And this is covered up by Stack.
It was offsides.
Okay.
That's the whole reason. You got a Green Knight that's all the way down there, and it's obvious offsides. And Stack doesn't really even play it. She's a little bit confused on why Emily Bill for St. Norbert decided just to tip that puck at her and knock it home.
So some mind game antics maybe from St. Norbert. Trying to get in the grill of the Bulldogs. Draw one back by St. Norbert. Up the boards. Sent over for Streck. Simon trying to fish it out in a hurry. Johnson with a jutting move. Pomerleau canceled out, but feeds it to Ben. Opens up on the forehand, looking towards the net. The deflection from Johnson. Not enough muscle to make it go. Johnson again, looking for a pass that crossed over through the crease from Pomerleau. Grabanowski lost it as it's dumped back the other way. Pomerleau will head after it. Ben reads the play, but couldn't grab it along the wall. Reared on, fresh legs on the ice, takes this herself. Holds the right wing, looking towards the net. Now a backhand stopped, as holding the post was Markel. Taylor Lesnar behind her goaltender. This is tipped and held by Wickland. Winning the foot race is Lacola. Has Simon way up ice. And the pass off target. This will be icing as we'll head back to our right.
Seen that just a couple of times from the Bulldogs so far, just missing those long passes that could create some offensive chances for them, just then able to connect in another whistle, another icing. So we get our draw to the right of Stack.
D-zone draw for the Bulldogs, looking to work it out and add to their scoring total for the evening. Jacobson, a fluttering shot, blockered away by Stack, had to fight it through traffic. There's a 3-on-2 across the line. As that play quickly broken up. Speeding to it, Charchenko, the former Bulldog, gets a shot on net, and it's easily stopped and covered by Stack.
That last shot, I don't know how she was able to track that puck. She had at least 4 bodies right in front of her, and somehow through it all, she was able to get a blocker on it. I thought for sure that one was going to go in, but showcases her prowess again.
Will pop out and down low. Stack covers and releases the puck. And here's some operating room for Maddie Lowe. Walks it down the left side wing, shoved into the glass. Separated off the puck. Whitkopf, the jump deke, will get around Richardson. Carpenter's backhand pass. Takes an awkward kick back towards the neutral zone. Richardson on the backhand, trying to swipe it to the boards. Round we go for Stack, plays it and leaves it. Has some miscommunication with Byer. She wasn't there in time. It's off the leg. Here's a shot. Pad save by Stack. Puck fumbling around as nobody can hold it. Worked around, there's a backhand. That goes wide from Holzer. Up off the back skate of Johnson. Holzer over the line. And a wrist shot into the chest of Stack. She'll hold it again.
It's really been the Green Knights that have been able to control the puck a little bit more. Just not able to find the back of the net. As we got a lot of action so far in this second period to our right.
Shots 11 to 12 for the Bulldogs. It's been back and forth, kind of seesawing between the two sides. Here's Simon with speed. A good move, but shut down quickly by Jacobson.
I'd say that the Bulldogs have had more chances off the odd man rush, but it's been the Green Knights have had more possession, I would say.
St. Norbert staying in the fight. 1-0 our score. Just about through 34 minutes. Pomerleau's wrister. Easy blocker save. Tucked up in front of the penalty box. Kicks free. Here's some space for Strick. Strick's wrist shot sticked away by Stack. This is guided to the wall. Utilizing space and time is Maddie Lowe. Gets over the blue. Looking towards the front of the net. Her shot just goes wide. Stack was calling for something at the other end of the ice, tapping her stick. The dump in, and stopped by the paddle. 5:23 left to go here in the second period, and don't miss Chase Matthew live at Adrian College on Saturday, March 21st at 7 o'clock p.m. for our spring concert. It's free for all Adrian College students, and tickets are available now at adriancollege.hometownticketing.com. That's March 21st. Chase Matthew at Adrian College. We're holding it down. In the process, Stack losing her stick will recover it. There's a pass that's behind the body of Zerwick. Richardson, dump in off the paddle of Markel. Courtney Ben from a hard area, up for Richardson. Takes a stumble, gets it to Madaliano, turns and shoots and scores! Ava Madaliano doubles the lead in the slot. It's 2-0.
This all starts with Richardson making something out of nothing. As she collects this puck, she loses her footing, but instead of just losing it completely, she still gets a shot off. And this one just trickles in, and the Bulldogs double her lead 2-0.
Madaliano, her 7th goal of the season with her 8 assists, 15 points on the season. The junior from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. That's a big-time goal at a key point in the game.
Yeah, it gives the Bulldogs a little bit of breathing room, too.
Can't take your foot off the gas at this point either, though. It's a good St. Norbert.
Right.
Good St. Norbert team that has hung in this game since opening puck drop. And a lot can change in an instant. Pomerleau with a good move. Feeds it over, trying to find Simon, but never connected. Donnelly airmails this all the way down, and a great pickup by Stebbins. Stebbins angled into the wall, hassled by Simon. Point drive, not enough force, doesn't go. Here's Reardon. 3-on-2 if they can hurry. A good move, shot there off the toe drag release. And it's Markel who will hold it again.
I understand now what Stack was yelling about with her stick earlier. That's because every single time now that St. Norbert's defense gets clear possession of the puck, their weak side winger immediately flies the zone, looking for a breakaway and trying to take advantage of the aggressiveness from the Adrian defense.
Shot off the draw, off the back glass. Clanks with a lot of noise. Johnson, half slap shot down the half wall. As that pinballs around through a pair of skates. Stack out of her crease to stop the puck. Will leave it behind for Byer. She sweeps it around the wall. Pomerleau, the outlet to Ben, and a one-touch to Johnson. She'll take it up the left wing, holding forehand. The backhand drop pass canceled out as this will roll on edge. Here's some room for Bill. Will tumble down the net. Pad save, the rebound, scores! Stack didn't know where it was. There was a delayed call. They thought the play was dead. And St. Norbert has cut the lead in half.
Exactly what I was just talking about with that weak side winger flying the zone. It creates a odd-man rush, and it's just the rebound. And Stack just has no idea where that puck is, as she had Emily Bill flying into her from getting tripped, and the lead quickly gets cut in half.
So you remember when we said a lot can change in an instant? Point in case right there. We're back to a one-goal game. 2:45 left to go in the second period. All of our goals in the second frame. So we'll pop out of the zone. Lacola in between her feet. Carpenter back for Sturgeon. Now Lacola, her hard pass canceled out. She'll pick it up and take it herself. Gallops over the line. Lacola's shot just goes wide. Carpenter trailing towards the net. Reared on with much haste, gets shut down. Ben spins on the puck, has a trailer in front. Trying to find an outlet. Simon shoots off the pad. The rebound cleared to the top of the blue. Byer with a try of her own. The wrister goes wide to the glove. Simon steps off the blue line. Tries to force it towards the front of the net. Getting towards the end of the second period. As this is flipped all the way down the ice. Likely will be icing. St. Norbert will be denied the change as we take our face-off back to the left.
This is the sustained ozone pressure that I was talking about that the Bulldogs so desperately needed. And it all starts because the aggressiveness of the forecheck and what they're doing when they get the puck. They immediately throw it up top to the defenseman. And it's because St. Norbert's just sinking down into a box, basically, leaving the points wide open, and that allows the shots and rebounds.
Offensive zone draw, the slip off the drop from Johnson. Simon lets one go. Bouncing on net, Markel has the puck played back into her. The smart play there from Samantha Pizzino, as that'll give her team some time to change.
Yeah, especially after that icing call, you could tell that all those Green Knights were gassed. So a good cover up by Markel and a fresh new line for the Green Knights.
Johnson back for Ben. Tried the toe drag again. Some contact on Simon. Some oohs and ahs from the crowds. Will bobble out. Sashayed in. Ben gets hit there, and a couple of hacks and whacks on some Bulldog players. Diagonal pass up ice for Holzer. Will dump it in on net. Stack left it for Lacola. Point drive. Glove down by the body. Puck in the slot. Picked up by Ben. Now it's Pomerleau. Johnson will guide it ahead. Full line change on the forwards for the Lady Dogs. This is back for Reardon. Jacobson, her dump in, unsuccessful. Lacola with 20 seconds left. Flexes it off the plexi. Simon hit into the boards. Pick up in the corner. Small area move from Reardon is stopped. Jacobson will skate it back with 3 seconds left. Carpenter will still make some efforts as the horn goes, signaling the end of the second period. So finally a change in score. 2-1 our total after 40 minutes of play. Bulldogs getting 2 and St. Norbert getting 1. Just when you thought Adrian College, with all the momentum in the game, a quick response from the visiting Green Knights to keep this a one-goal game.
That's what you expect of St. Norbert, too. They're not going to go away. Even losing by 2, they know that they can fight back into the game, and that's what they started to do with that late goal.
We'll go through our scoring summary in that second period. 6:28 on the power play in the second period. Courtney Ben with an absolute snipe, going coast to coast and upstairs, popping a water bottle to make it 1-0. Carly Carpenter at 15-13, assisted by Ava Madaliano and Julia Richardson. I thought that Madaliano got the goal there, but I guess they're saying it might have been tipped by Carpenter.
Carpenter was in front of the net, and she was kind of backdoor on that play, so I bet it kind of went off her stick, and that's why she was credited for that goal.
The other assist to Julia Richardson, who had that Great play to keep the puck in on the blue line, sending it to the lower part of the hash marks.
Yeah, that was a huge play by her, because that could have easily been a breakaway going the other way, but she was able to keep that puck in play, and it ended up being a goal for the Bulldogs.
Just about 2 minutes later, 16:59, Allie Sanders, even strength from Emily Bill and Sydney Zurwick to make this a 2-1 game. A lot in store for this third period. It's certainly going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, what the Bulldogs need to do is watch for that play where they stretch that weak side winger and just absolutely clear the zone, because all the Green Knights have to do is just go off the glass like they did on that goal, and that stretched out winger can pick that puck up, and they have a straight breakaway because of the aggressiveness from the Bulldogs. So they're going to have to switch up their playing style a little bit, which is going to be a little bit uncomfortable for them, but it's going to have to be a little bit more laid back. So immediately when that puck is in possession of St. Norbert, both defensemen have to get the heck out of the zone.
Well, it's going to be a race to the finish. 2-1 our score after 40 minutes of play, as we'll step aside for the second period intermission. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Don't go anywhere. Third period coming up. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Ready to elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
40 minutes gone here in this NCHA rivalry matchup from the Arrington Ice Arena. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. As the Green Knights of St. Norbert College taking on your Adrian College Bulldogs. 2-1 our score after 40 minutes of play. Things certainly heated up in that second period. All 3 goals of the contest found in that frame alone. 2 for the Bulldogs, 1 for the Green Knights, as we get our stats after 40 minutes on screen.
It's really interesting that St. Norbert's leading on that shot column. You can see, like, once they enter the zone, they're basically shooting that puck right away because of the aggressiveness from the defense from Adrian. Well, thing to note really is that block shot category, 9 for St. Norbert and 1 for Adrian. It's really been when Adrian's had possession in the offensive zone, it's the Green Knights defense that get in that block shot, get in those lanes and causing havoc and causing turnovers. And that's why Adrian can't really get into these zone time pressures, because they're just struggling to regain that puck after it's been blocked. But another major thing, though, is that face-off percentage. In that first period, it was not in favor of the Bulldogs. They finally switched it around, gave more chances to be on offense and have control of that puck.
And still, 51.2 to 48.8 is just about even. And it seems like the Bulldogs just barely reeled it in that category in the second period to win that after 40 minutes.
Yeah, but when they were down by over 10% in that first period, just the math of it, I don't know really how to explain that in a sense that people can understand it. But basically, they did have more than you would think.
All right, 20 minutes on the clock. Puck is dropped, gathered at center ice. We'll resume play here at the AIA. A quick whistle off the faceoff as Kira Markell putting the glove on top of that one. We continue on as this is flexed off towards the wall. Richardson stops it. Ben will shovel it deep. Going to retrieve. Sidney Zerwick Courtney Benn to the slot, trying to find Pomerleau as it's knocked back towards the near boards. Good move from Holzer. She tried to dance her way into the zone, shut down at the last second by Parker Beyer. Here's Courtney Benn, goes through her legs. A quick move, driving the front of the net. Her shot canceled out. Bounce pass off the boards, out of the zone. Benn, front of the away penalty box. Scooping this puck up is Taylor Lesnar. Lesnar with a good look towards the net. Takes the outside route, her wrist shot, never reaching the front of the net. Tumbling on the ice is Courtney Benn, who is slow to get up. Hopefully she's okay. She sort of hobbles her way back to her bench. Off the boards and deep. Sanders looking for some help. Lacola will step in. We'll charge this over everybody's head. Fire with a hard pass. Finds Klein in open ice. Rim around the boards. Stopped underneath the red line. Reardon will pressure. Donnelly ahead for Whitkoff. Lowe will play the bouncing puck. Roush is able to find Emily Bill on the wall. Fire will pitch this ahead. Flip pass for Lowe. Lowe crossing over the neutral zone. Wrist shot. Sails it high and wide. Adeliano. Shot from the far blue line and a cover-up from Kiera Markel.
Well, I'm just back and forth. Not really any one team that would have a lot of possession. It was kind of just Bulldogs trying to get out of that zone, and they would get to about the red line and turn the puck over, and the puck would be dumped back in. So trying to make some clean breakout passes and get in the offensive zone like they are right now.
Sturgeon with a point drive into the trapper of Markel. Saw it the entire way. I think the Bulldogs maybe trying to look for a deflection there, but it probably would have been a high stick.
Yeah, Pomerleau had her stick up there. Like to see her just get in front of the eyes of Markel.
Turnover as Pomerleau spins on one. Sticked away by Markel. Driven back towards the net front area again, and playing the bounce is Markel.
That one was a little bit scary because Ben actually got a stick on it. That's created that bounce that you saw before. Markel was able to glove that one. Ben got a little bit more of her twig on it. I think it would have been a different deflection and possibly a goal.
Ben back for Richardson. Tees up a slap shot. Some friendly fire on Riley Johnson. Can't keep this in. Delayed offsides, as this will head out of the zone. Pomerleau fighting for possession, and here's a steal from Grabanowski. She's taken out. Both her feet swept from under her. Lesnar goes around the wall. Towards the near side, Grabanowski. Her pass to no one. Pomerleau touched it as she was heading towards the bench. Left-handed shot. Sophie Lacola racing the puck ahead. Fires around the boards. And I think a delayed offsides here against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was an assignment from the bench. Didn't realize that she went offsides and she was trying to track that puck down. Also tough when the officials aren't screaming it either. You didn't hear any officials just screaming offsides for her to know. It's kind of left for her to figure it out by herself.
Jacobson up top. Down low for Beyer. Able to lift it over, and the clearing attempt is going to wind up being icing again. We'll take our face-off back to our left, and a good chance to talk about our Adrian College men's team also playing St. Norbert this weekend over in De Pierre, Wisconsin. Through the first period, leading the Green Knights 2-0. Goals from Jake Swade, the captain, and Brad Summers. So a good start for our NCAA men's team. Is that also a very big series?
Yeah, you want to talk about one of the biggest rivalries of NCAA Division III. It's between those two schools for sure.
We got Trine on the schedule coming up for the Bulldogs as well. And I mean, St. Norbert holding the high seed in the national ranking. Bulldogs a couple of spots below them, but they're still first in the NCHA. So a lot of weight on that weekend. Here's Reardon with a shot blockered away by Markel. Back to the top of the point. Backhander rolls down. Good stick play for Maddie Lowe. Reardon all by herself. Now finds some help. Looks towards the net. Wrist shot blockered away again by Markel. 2 shots on that play from Hunter Reardon. Back to the point. Wrister again, sticked away. Markel will hold it this time instead of pushing towards the corner. And a freeze.
It was Reardon just all by herself, basically, able to collect that puck off of her own shot when the rest of her line mates were changing. It's just the effort that we need to see more out of this Bulldog squad in the rest of this 15 minutes.
I've been very impressed with 26 Hunter Reardon in white all season long. Had some struggles at points in the season last year, and not the ideal start for her freshman year 2 years ago, but has found a solid spot in the lineup, and got to talk with her a couple of weeks ago and is happy with her role on the team and however she can help produce. And she's been doing great. Not always on the score sheet, but making effective plays that helps the team win. Piper trying to lead the charge for the Green Knights. Healy going across for Zurwick. He's met by Pomerleau in open ice. Shoved down. Doesn't have the legs for icing as Richardson will make the play. Sends a shot pass over the head of Courtney Ben. And the icing waved off as Markel came out of her crease to play the puck. Sturgeon. Over for Carpenter. She'll swing it in, make some contact with the line official. Knifing for it is Manaliano. In the mix to help her, Maddie Lowe. This pass escorted away for Streck. Will carry down the left side wing. Stops and pulls up. Spins back the other way. Leaps a pass out. Donnelly goes cross ice. Here's Jacobson with a wrist shot. Fans on that attempt, as now it's Streck down low up top for Donnelly. Jumps on one, rebounds, just goes wide. How did that stay out? I was sure that was in the back of the net. That was as open of a net as you can get. And somehow, some way, a force field on the goal line, we stay at 2-1.
In a wide open cage, completely wide open, but just missed left. Bulldogs getting away with one for sure.
Here's Simon, wrist shot, rebound in front. Going to pick it up is Klein. Stebbins is hassled hard by Simon, using her speed to get after the puck. A good breakup from Reardon off her shin pad was Zurwick. And again, it's Reardon doing it herself. Makes a good move, goes 1-on-2. Feeds a pass over for the stick of Klein up top. Byer with the wrist shot, sticked away by Markel. Bulldogs tried to keep it in, unsuccessful. Klein jumps at it. Byer will chase it down, and this will be icing with 11:51 left to go here in the third period.
Oh, look at the replay of that last chance. And eventually it's going to be over to Anna Rausch, and I know she's right there, and she just misses it completely. And she didn't have a stick check on her or anything. It's just a complete miss of the net, and Bulldogs getting away with one for sure.
Pomerleau wrist shot off the inside of the blocker of Markel. And the other beautiful part of that play was the deflection through the legs. I mean, how about that for a self-pass?
It was a nice play, like you mentioned, especially with how they moved that puck all the way around to the point, and then with a screen in front of the net, getting the tip on, and that's when usually like kind of scrambles in front of the net after that puck gets tipped, because sometimes the defenseman is going to just try to block that shot, and when it gets tipped, it's now kind of just confusing, and the back door was wide open.
Courtney Benn, long distance shot deflected into the uprights. Green Knights will tap their sticks, but that open net, Bulldogs at that point, those are the times you have to thank the hockey gods and stay diligent and get to the next play, because you know you have to find a way to capitalize.
Yeah, you kind of have to almost stop the bleeding in a sense, because that'll be a momentum builder for St. Norbert. Now you got to build some momentum yourself off of that play.
Down the wall is Johnson. Playing the puck is Markell. She'll be awarded the whistle again. Smart for Kiera Markell to keep freezing the play. Gives her time to reset, and also her players on the ice try and help her out.
I was about to say that. It slows the game down for sure. Like, is after a play where you just missed the net in a sense, you have to get something going like you see right now.
Here's a 2-on-1. Inching in, wrist shot over the top of the bar. A hard riser from Tristan Wicklund. Talked about her in the pre-show. Tied for points on the St. Norbert squad. Firing this out was Richardson. Carpenter takes a swipe at it. Here's Lesnar. Starting it herself, crosses over the center ice red line. Blue to the offensive zone. Roush in the slot, and a good play. Diving was Courtney Benn. Don't know if she got a piece of it, but certainly helped break that play up. Donnelly will take her turn and gives it away for Elizabeth Sturgeon. Held up on the wall. Coughed up for Streck, and a wrist shot gobbled up by Kiera Stack. And just a reminder that
catch the replay first, and it's going to be a nice pass. Yeah, a trailer coming in. It's Roush again with a chance, but Courtney Benn sliding across, getting a good block on that one.
Just a reminder that ACTV student broadcasts are completely student-ran, and a big shout-out to our crew here tonight. Of course, myself, Alex Herman, and Tyler Ackerman, Alexander Grove, Jack Whitehead, Kendra Shroop, and Tate Wise, as students call the shots around here, quite literally. Crossing the 10-minute threshold halfway through this period. Still a 2-1 game for the Bulldogs. Lacola lost control. Beyer steps in and keeps it going. Peeling that towards the boards. Jacobson will find some open space for Stebbins, as she's angled off the puck. Simon, her long pass, picked off by Healy. Beyer goes around for Simon, jumps over her Twig. Now it's the sister and Emma Simon who will take control. Fanned on pass, a steal and maybe a lane for Carpenter, but she's stopped. Back deep, Zerwick will recover. Simon looks up ahead for Reardon. Has some help with Pomerleau up ahead. Sturgeon's fluttering backhand pass. Over for Simon. Jumped up in the air. Cross ice for Pomerleau. She'll gather up at center ice and dump it in. Takes a small area hit from Piper, as this travels back over the line and stops again. Pomerleau with a dead angle shot. Easy stick save, and the freeze from Kiera Markell.
Bulldogs this period, get some advice from up here in the booth, and that's shooting the puck more. That's what they've been able to do. They were down 1 in shots, but now they're leading at 27-19. So a lot more shooting the Bulldogs so far here in the third.
So we'll head out. Sturgeon for Riley Johnson. Stops on it. Leaving for Ben, goes inside and out of the legs of Ava Anik. Pomerleau tries to rip it back around the boards, but coughed it up. Leading ahead is Holzer. Jumps around the body of Richardson, trying to find a receiver in front of the net, but it's stolen away. Keeping at the line by Anik. Lost again. Holzer down the line, looking to feed it in front for Bill. Roush to Holzer. Holzer will dance with it. Back to the top of the circle. Lesnar shoots, it's blocked. Again, they send it down low. Ben at the end of her shift likely will get the red line here and just dump it back down. Full line change for the Bulldogs. Stack signaling for the trailer, but it's Streck who gets free. Streck in, save, the rebound, held on the line. Stack keeps it a 2-1 game.
She sees this one all the way. Again, right when they get possession, that weak side winger flies the zone, and the Bulldogs not able to track it down, but Stack does. This one squeaks a little bit past her, but the trailing defense for the Bulldogs helps their goalie out after she makes a big-time save to keep the Bulldogs up by 1 with 7:07 remaining.
Malia Streck coming that close to tying this game up. And the heads-up signal from Kira Stack to signal that before it even happened, she saw it from her crease. And that's where you have a talented goaltender in net, can read the plays and tell you where to go on the ice when you might not be able to see it.
Yeah, it's a known thing, especially in soccer, with the goaltender always calling it out because they can see the whole ice compared to the defense. When that player gets behind the defenseman, she has no idea that she's behind him, but only Stack does, and that's why she's smacking her stick, signaling that there's a flyer.
Unwritten rule number 1 of hockey, always listen to your goaltender because they're always right.
Now, you just say that because you're a goaltender, bro.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Just saying. Could be a crazy theory. Byer down the boards. Back up top. Crossover. Shooting into the chest of Markel. She'll hold it 6:13 to go in the third.
Like that shot selection from Byer, too, especially with the screen in front of the net. Pomerleau so close to getting a tip on that shot. And if that was tipped, I think for sure they would have had a good chance of going in for the Bulldogs to extend their lead.
Sturgeon with a look into the trapper of Markel. That one was going well wide, but the smart play to freeze it and redo on the draw.
As she was signaling to her defenseman that she knew it was going wide. She just wanted to re-go on the draw.
Back to the point again. Oh, and Markel looked behind her, thought it was squeaking through.
That's 3 face-off wins in a row, though, for the Bulldogs. That's huge, especially in the offensive zone where you're getting those shots right away, too.
Johnson tries to walk it on the dot. Around we go. Ben up top. Carpenter with a high rising shot. I apologize, that's Sophie Lacola. Jumping pass gets tipped by Johnson. No icing, so Dogs can change here. Will bounce around. Lesnar will recover it. Skates it up to the boards. Fires it down. Simon. Plenty of time to make something happen. Through the legs of Klein. Dumped back down to the left corner. Still the same game plan as the first period. Dump and chase for the visitors. This will be airlifted all the way down the ice. And icing with 5:05 to go here in the third.
You mentioned how their strategy has been the same throughout, and it's because it's been working for them. They dump the puck in, they have one attacker, and then that puck gets on the wall and they clog up the middle because the Bulldogs love just to pass that puck right to the middle, and it's creating turnover over turnover.
Lesnar will shoot this down. Klein will jump on the open puck. Send it towards the back of the cage where Markel is standing. She'll fire it off the near boards. Trying to help start the breakout. Leading the way, Emily Bill. Near side wing, Byer gives her a hug. Takes a tumble to the ice. Green Knights still have it. Healy fires down low. Sturgeon will chase after it. Stopping quickly is Piper. Skating in is Horschel. Byer down for Sturgeon. Holding up top. There's a point drive. That whistles around the boards for Wickland. Stops behind the net. Back to the top. Teeing one up. Heavy slap shot just goes wide. In a full split was Kiera Stack. As this is thrown out of play.
This one was super dangerous. You can see how many players are going to be in front of Stack as she's able to track this one down. But after it was tipped too, I mean, look at that. You got at least 4 white sweaters in front of her, not able to block that shot, and a couple of black sweaters as well. Good tracking by Herb to be able to get a blocker on it.
I think a timeout is being called by the Bulldogs. And the smart thing is just slow things down. So we'll take that time to step aside for a couple of moments. 3:55 left to go here in the third period. Timeout, Bulldogs. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Timeout taken by the Bulldogs, looking to slow things down and talk over some strategy as they're holding a 2-1 lead. With 3:55 left to go here in the third period, Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here on ACTV this evening.
Really intrigued to see when St. Norbert decides to pull their goalie. What specific time would that be?
Johnson up the ice for the Bulldogs, has been to her left. Quick wrist shot, glove down by Markel. She'll hold it. Good shot from Riley Johnson just to let that one go.
Yeah, it's important too because you get a whistle in the offensive zone. So if you're able to win this and have some sustained O-zone time, what you're doing is you're just really killing the clock and hoping that you just keep it 200 feet away from Stack.
Again, off the faceoff. Bulldogs are doing a great job at finding quick shots straight off the drop. You don't see that very often. Johnson with a steal, holds backhand, throws it on net, and it pops over the top of the cage. Lesnar, catch and release, and fires it back. Anik will spin with the puck. Pomerleau gave her pressure. Anik driving to the middle, long distance shot. Met by a quick blocker from Stack. Still no movement yet from Markel to our right. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Simon across. Up ahead for Ben. She'll make a change as she ran into Grace Whitkoff. She was heading back towards the bench. Reardon turning on it. Threw it behind her as it pops up in the air. Byer with a backhand that gets out. Maybe some space for Carpenter. She's got a lead all by herself. Carpenter shoots off the post. Oh, ringing the iron. Carly Carpenter almost put the game away. Timed that one perfectly. Byer to the boards for Richardson. Can't get it out. Dogs are tired, might need a change here. Byer will drive it in. Leaves it. Tipped up in the air. She's got a look. A backhand on net just goes wide. Oh, and I think Markel is in some discomfort here. Now, this is going to be icing. 1:50 left to go here in the third period.
It's ever so important. I can't believe that post said no. As they're going to it's a little bit of a replay of Byer's work as a defenseman, being pretty much all by herself and having some of his own time. But really what I want to look at is this chance for Carpenter as the defenseman steps, and she's got a ton of speed, and what she does, which I love, is she takes the shot. Sometimes some forwards think that they have enough space to try to make a move or cut inside and lose that puck when she's all alone, but she decides just to take the shot and rings it off the post so close to putting this game away.
Catch it one more time here, and I agree with your sentiment. Picks up the puck, realizes she has pressure, and just lets it fly. That's a great shot with impeding pressure on your hip, and Green Knights taking a timeout here to see if they can draw up some strategy of their own. See Markel to our right, sort of stretching out. Notice towards the end of that play, as the whistle was going, kind of limbering with a little bit of leg pain. So we'll see at one point she'll exit the blue paint and get out to the bench for the extra attacker, but for now will remain 5-on-5 with just under 2 minutes to play.
And also that timeout allows some rest for that unit from St. Norbert too, because it was an icing prior and they were tired.
Johnson from a sharp angle. Pomerleau looking for it in front. A stick check works it free. Whitkopf will start things off, top of her circle. It's taken away. Markel was headed to the bench, but had to retreat. Wicklands up ahead for Byer, racing back to the bench. That's Kira Markel, loose for Pomerleau, trying to find the empty net. She's shoved off the puck before she could shoot.
She negated the icing, though. That's huge.
This is fed down the wall. Stopped in the corner on the far side by Sturgeon. Slowly rolls up the kick plate. Now to the top of the point. Healy looking. Dishes for Zurwick. Across the lane. Piper. She's knocked off. Fed back to the blue line again. Time winding down. Less than 60 to play. Glove down in the slot. Turnover there. That'll get out of the zone. Piper was headed back to the bench for a change. 34 seconds left. Back on that stack. We'll shove it aside. This is off the top of the glass and into the netting. The faceoff will remain in the Bulldogs' defensive end.
That one hurts the Bulldogs because they can't change either. They sailed that one out, and because of that, they're not allowed to change, which would have been a fresh unit for the Bulldogs to basically try to put this game away.
We're still 6-on-5 as Markel remains on the bench for the extra attacker. Fed to the slot, jumping on it. Here's a slap shot that turned into a pass going wide. Grabanowski runs into the wall and stumbles. 7 seconds left. Down low is Madden, trying to feed it across. In front, it's loose. Where's the puck? Matt scrambled for it. The whistle will go. They wave it off, and the Bulldogs win. How about that?
This is just pure strength out of Stack as she's getting basically pushed into her own net by two Green Knights. And that puck is just sitting there, and she's able to stand her ground and stand her net and give the Bulldogs the victory 2-1.
So by the skin of their teeth, the Bulldogs come away with a Game 1 win by a score of 2-1. Kira Stack holding it down on the post to cement the victory. And boy, was that a fun one.
It's as close as it gets with these two teams. You know it was going to be a close one, possibly going to OT. And, I mean, the amount of action that we saw in that second period and then that last couple of minutes, it's huge. And I just appreciate the defensive effort from the Bulldogs, especially in that last period. I mean, they were able just to stop any play from St. Norbert and find themselves with a W tonight.
Carly Carpenter, the second goal for the Bulldogs, will become the game winner, assisted from Ava Madaliano and Julia Richardson at 15-13 in the second period, sealing the deal for the Lady Dogs. And that is a massive, massive win heading into tomorrow for game number 2 of this weekend series. And stick taps to the alumni in the Wilson Alumni Lounge. Round of applause for the Dogs supporters and former players and friends up there in the lounge. Nice to see them making their return to the AIA.
It's a huge weekend for the Dogs, and especially at home, staying perfect so far throughout this season. It's so important to get that W against a team that ended your season last year. It's a good start against this rivalry this year for them.
So we'll see who we get for the 3 stars of the game. I will stay impartial and say one of the stars has to go to St. Norbert's Kiera Markell, who stopped 31 out of 33, so a great day for her. But it looks like they're all going to be from the Bulldogs. But an unofficial star to Markell for sure.
With all the kiddos there, standing in awe. Players.
So Courtney Ben will get the 3rd star of the game. Had the first goal, an absolute snipe beauty from number 27. Kara Stack with the 2nd star. Goes 20 for 21 on the day.
Made some huge, huge saves.
Sure did. And number 21 with the game winner. Carly Carpenter gets the 1st star of the game to close out a nice evening at the Arrington Ice Arena. 2-1 our final score. Game number 2 right back tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you can catch all the action right here on ACTV. And before we sign off, too, an update on our men's team as well. 2-1, our score at 10:46 in the second period. Bulldogs still winning in that contest, but Green Knights on the other side getting one back to try and even up the score. Going into tomorrow, though, I'm sure the Bulldogs will want to try and have a little bit better of a scoring effort as they did today. Outshot the Green Knights, of course, but didn't find the back of the net as many times as they have in the past couple of games. If they're going to score a little bit more, what's got to be the change?
I think it's going to be that start. I mean, that first period, you only get 5 shots on net in total. It wasn't looking fantastic. We talked about it in between in the first intermission on how the Lady Dogs what they can do better, and they were able to adjust and finally able to break the ice, like you mentioned before. But I think it just starts in that first period. You got to start with just complete fire. You got just go, 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 go. I want to see a little bit more aggressive in that offensive zone. And what they were doing well, which I really liked, was moving that puck from low to high and getting those shots and getting screens in front of the net, making it difficult for the St. Norbert goalie to see the puck entirely and bang home possibly a rebound too.
Well, we'll see what's in store for the Bulldogs tomorrow. Game number 2, of course, as we mentioned, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to catch that game right here on ACTV. That'll do it for us here tonight. Bulldogs win game 1 of the weekend, 2-1. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman signing off for tonight. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.